and welcome my Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mel for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions. Virgo sun sign, Mark Angelo Lyons, the Archangel of Lions. You can call me Mal. Welcome to our, because I had to let you know I was a Virgo. It seems there are a lot of Virgo readers on YouTube. I don't know that all of them are, obviously, but like I would love to know exactly to the decimal point how many Virgo readers there are on YouTube. Anyway, that being said, welcome to your What Do I Need read for this new moon in Libra to full moon in Taurus, October 2020. My subscribers, thank you so much for your return, for your patronage, for your likes, your subscribes, your all of that, your comments. You're helping me build my channel. Slow and steady wins the race, Virgo, that I am. I'm not interested in paying for no bots or nothing like that. I'm old school that way. I don't look old school, but I am in that sense, truly as a Virgo. So help me get my service out to the world as a blessing for all concerned. See the amount of spiritual work I do to balance out doing this every day pretty much and taking clients. It's wonderful though. It's my service and my life path. If you're new to my channel, please do consider liking, subscribing, hitting the notification bell, and commenting because I am shooting for 30,000 subscribers. Not out of some brave hubris. It's just so that I can have the membership button thing so that I can put my extended readings here. Right now, if I do an extended reading, there's not one for this one. That goes over to Vimeo.com, and I've had my Vimeo account for years and years and years. A lot of my spiritual teaching stuff is on there. Only started putting the readings on there this past year or so. So if you'd like to help me get there, you know what to do. Otherwise, let's get down to this reading, shall we? Virgo Power, brothers and sisters. What do I need read? We're doing a 6-card draw, 2 tarot decks, 2 healing systems, 2 oracles, just to show you what you need to know, be aware of, right? What you need to wax, to grow, to evolve this new moon in Libra to full moon next. Now keep in mind, it's on Friday the 16th, so whether you're watching this afterwards, that's really a magical lineup for love magic, right? Or any of that Libra 7th house stuff, right? Partnerships, legal matters, working with your shadow self, although really that'll be more next month when we have a dark moon in Libra. But that being said, also romance and love and partnerships and friendships and all that kind of stuff too. So to have a clear intention of that, that's pretty cool. Except, see, here's the thing. Here's astrology for you. It goes, new moon is at 3:31 p.m. on Friday the 16th, but then goes void, of course, 6:11 p.m. So you're not really getting like a full 3 hours of it even. So it goes void, of course, after that, and I don't think it goes into Scorpio until the next day. So that's a little tricky-wise. If you're looking for the exact moment, though, intentions are intentions. Regardless, we are then going to the full moon in Taurus on Halloween, right? So we're looking at a very, very interesting climax for Halloween, so to speak, and really you should go see the Leo read if you want to see climax. That being said, there's an intention that they gave me for these readings. May these readings bless all hearts with healing, harmony, balance, and fortitude for the well-being of all. So mote it be, and so it is, right? So this is totally in alignment with that new moon in Libra stuff. We're going to start with the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. I think that's about it. All the decks that I read are in the description box below. This is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, because other signs are going to give you different angles of the same thing or different things entirely that you may need to know. I think that's about enough of the exposition for me. Take a nice deep breath. Staying in the present moment, being receptive, the Virgos that we are. I call upon my goddesses of Virgo, please, I need 1 card in clarity. For the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign from this new moon in Libra to full moon next in Taurus, October 2020. What is it that we need to be aware of inside of ourselves in our own interior worlds? Tricky card, man. The 7 of Cups, right? I think of all the cards that I've heard interpreted in so many different ways, I think the 7 of Cups is probably the one that has the most confusion around it, as well as many different ways of saying options, choices, fantasies, right? in this card, jealousy. Because it is a tumultuous emotion. Now, again, I've also seen this mean addiction, right? When you see in the Rider-Waite Tarot, the cups in the clouds, right? 7 of them each, a thing that we think will make us happy. Oh, if I only had that, if I only had that. That's really objective happiness rather than subjective, right? Happiness within oneself. So to be aware that perhaps we have a different... We have different ways of feeling about things too, particularly as Virgos, because we're so analytical, and we really are healers at the core, and there's a part of us that remains forever untouched, hence the Virgo, cross your legs, Virgo. So we might be really mulling over our own choices, but intuitively feeling them out rather than analyzing them. And if there is indeed jealousy there, well, jealousy is often about an impatience for something that we really, really want, that intuitively we know is ours to have, maybe not in the exact form, but that experience of having that because it's something that's written. It's almost like an intuitive response where the ego jumps on top of it, like the ego's going to do. It's not its fault. It's what it's built for, right? And to try and control and make it happen. And it, once impatience gets in there, it turns into jealousy, which is that little child in your heart that's like, when the fuck is it my turn? And Virgo, can you relate to that? By the way, Mercury's retrograde, so let's wait a little bit longer for some shit to come around, right? Ruled by Mercury, thanks. But Hermes is a sweetheart. I mean, you just got to get a sense of humor. Things tend to work out better that way, for me at least. Let's see what's going on, speaking of the gods. From the Mythic Tarot. My beloved gods, please, one card in clarity for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs this new moon in Libra to full moon next in Taurus, October 2020. What is it that we need to be aware of outside of ourselves? We might not be aware of all the options that we have inside of ourselves, I just heard. So what is it that we need to be aware of in the yang world, not the yin world, the divine masculine external expression or manifestations in the outside world around us this new moon to full moon next? The card of strength, major arcana card. So I mean, they're showing me this in different ways. They're showing me both from above as well as horizontally, vertically as well as horizontally, that this would show somebody who is very strong and literally strong, but that are really feeling through their options. Now, I can't get away from the word jealousy written on this card. If there is jealousy inside of you, in Matt Kahn's book, Everything is Here to Help You, it goes into jealousy for a page or two, I think. And he says that it really is an intuitive thing, that what you want is coming and you're getting the signs of it, but it does show you emotional baggage. Right, it does show you emotional attachments to things probably from the past that you didn't get what you wanted, right? And obviously, is that the soul or is that the ego? That's the ego, but that needs more love, not less. And so there's a courage needed here to move forward, right? You need to look at your courage. Like, this is the horizontal view that they're showing me, right? So this is the Virgo, right, with this, you know, being courageous, being strong, emotional fortitude, right? Like, not necessarily showing everybody your emotions or exploding, but kind of doing the healing, having the courage, loving yourself, that kind of strength there, while inside, I'm also feeling for a lot of you, there might be a couple of different things that do feel good and sort of sorting through them inside. Very, very interesting card. That's our 2 tarot. Let's get our 2 healing systems. The Chuck Spezzano Love Pack, I took the suits of Luck, Healing, and Grace, left the Problem suit back on the bookshelf back there. Let's see what the Ascended Masters have to say in this deck, and then in the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn. Breathe. Yes, my Ascended Masters, please, one card in clarity for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign this new moon in Libra to full moon next in Taurus, October 2020. What is it we need to be aware of here? I mean, I get the strength card on the outside. That makes sense, right? Virgo, even though it's a Leo card, we can very much have that. Or maybe there is a Leo energy. Well, the Leo energy had a very erotic read. So if that's involved here somewhere too, that could throw us into some emotional internal, like, well, not so much indecision, but kind of like feeling out all the different possibilities here of where this could go. So please, what is it we need to be aware of? The Virgo collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, the piece of luck, the piece of healing, or the piece of grace we need to be aware of. Okay, I'll take it. I'll have what she's having. The card of delight. Right? So to be aware, this is one of the luck cards. It's like, get lucky. It's like there's something delightful here. Now, that's the thing. Delightful is a feeling. It can be objective. Like, oh, what a delightful day, right? Unless, you know, something horrible just fucking happened to you, right? And it's not such a delightful day. But I'm not getting that on this. I'm getting that there is something... What is that feeling? Like, oh, maybe even a little... surprising, right? It can be something that all of a sudden puts you in this place of, again, not indecision, but the sevens are tricky, right? All of the sevens are tricky. So feel what you're feeling. Have the courage to feel what you're feeling, because part of it's delightful, but can there be some residual push and pull in there? Well, let's find out. Let's move on. That's the best way to find out. Because that card of delight ain't going to tell me any more right now that there's just something. Oh, how delightful. Of course, after that Leo reading, and I'm a Leo rising, I might have some of that vibe in me still. That's why we breathe. To be in the present moment and ask the Ascended Masters, please, I need one card in clarity. For the Virgo collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, this new moon in Libra, to full moon next in Taurus, both ruled by Venus, by the way. Please, what is it that we need to know in terms of the perfect healing mantra that we need to work this new moon to full moon next? We got Seven of Cups on the internal, and I get that. That's not even, that can be really dreamy, it can be very illusionary, it can be very fantastic in terms of fantasy, but with that Strength card on the outside, I do feel something very strong and I want to say almost undeniable, and there's a delight factor in here. So what is it that we need to work here, this mantra, October 2020 new moon to full moon next? Demystifying the darkness, my shadow shows me where my love needs to be sent. All right. So if there is any shadow power of envy, it is just what I said. I will read the card here in a minute from the book. So envy, if you think of that as a little child inside of you, that's just like, what the fuck? Right? That needs love. That doesn't need to run the show. That doesn't need to take over the world to get what it wants and burn down the village. But it's okay, right? That's self-love. To even allow, because if you are an empath, which I am, how much of that jealousy is yours? How much of it is, you know, in the world, in the collective unconscious, right? So there's a healing available here anyway. But to demystify the darkness, I think that's fascinating, right? Because you might be in a little bit of a quandary, right? So in a way, it's a very perfect mantra for this. If there is that illusion and that uncertainty, but it is going to certainly ask you to look at what you are afraid of. This is embracing the shadow. It's like the embracing the shadow mantra. My shadow shows me where my love needs to be sent. When darkness is demystified, the scariest feelings, thoughts, ideas, and beliefs are seen as cries for attention from your most hurt and broken parts. This is for your healing, in other words. Once the darkness is illuminated, you are able to be the light that transformed the dark instead of hiding in the light to avoid the moments of darkness. Just as the light can acknowledge how much pain lurks in darkness, it is the power of your unconditional love that brings your shadow out of hiding. It's inner child work, honestly, is how I do it now. I see my heart and a chunk of my shadow as that little kid, right? In my heart, my own innocence that got written upon. But as Virgos, it's part of us that remains forever untouched. I mean, that's true of all of us, the soul, the eternal aspect of ourselves. This mantra is ideal for overcoming fear, dealing with night terrors, and transcending the perception of scarcity. And I do feel like there's something delightful here for us, my Virgos. But that's what's going to get us through it. It's not like if we don't do it, the delightful thing's not going to happen. Just sometimes something delightful, all right, it could be like, uh-oh, something delightful just happened, right? Particularly if you're not ready for it. Now, that's what readings are good for, to let you know this is the weather pattern. Bring an umbrella, right? But there is something that can be demystified from here. And if it is about, there's just what I'm hearing, this is about healing something from the childhood, whatever, it's going to explain what's going on in your life now, right? It's connected. Boogie, oogie, oogie. Okay, we've got our 2 tarot, our 2 healing systems. Let's get our last 2 cards on the table, our 2 oracles, asking the higher selves of all involved. Like, I don't feel like this is particularly traumatic, right? You know, even with the demystifying the darkness, I'm feeling like there's some of your shadow that's going to pop up. It could be jealousy, but also could be that real mystery of not knowing what to do. But with that strength card on the outside, I don't know, I just feel like that hero vibe. It's Heracles, right? Hercules, the 12 labors here, slaying the Nemean lion. So the higher selves of all involved, perhaps my own included, not feeling particularly energetically wired to this reading, but please, 1 card in clarity for the Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, this new moon in Libra to full moon next in Taurus, October 2020. Please, what is the piece of inspiration, information, or insight you would have us know this new moon to full moon next? Romance. Lavish the one that you love with your personal attention and affection. This is about romance. I didn't want to go there. Like, there was not, but I mean, yes, but this is delightful. And here's the thing, even romances fall under the category, and you know this, reason, season, or lifetime. Look, I have had amazing romances that have lasted a weekend. Obviously. No, I mean, like, real, like, soul enchanting, amazing things. And they're beautiful. I wish I could remember their names because I suck at names. But then there are those for a season, right? That are in a season in just 3 months. We're talking about a chunkier life, but then there is a lifetime, right? So whatever this romance is, if you're not in a romance right now, I can see you just being like, rah, 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 screw that. But then really, if that is the case, you're being given the opportunity to demystify some of this romantic sexual stuff you have going on in your own energy field. And believe me, if this is a lover that's come in, that is just absolutely delightful. In other words, I'm interpreting the strength card as someone here coming into your life, but it could also be that strength, that courage rising up within you despite not knowing what to do, because, you know, you got all those options, all that confusion on the inside, if you will. So, but with this romantic thing to say, all right, I'm going to embrace my shadow, I'm going to feel my feelings. It's just shadow, whatever pops up, it's just going to be like, it's okay, honey, I know you're afraid, or I know you want to eat him alive. We'll nibble. We'll see how this goes, right? But what an opportunity for healing. Last card down, though, and though it's the healing with the angels oracle Doreen Virtue's deck, one of the 10,000 Doreen Virtue decks, this is really the angel you need to call upon to help you with this. And I think even though it's the simplest, it's the last card down, and I think it can be the most powerful in the sense of really working with the angel that's here to help you, so to speak. Breathe. My Arielites and Urielites, please, my angels and archangels, 1 card in clarity for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign for this new moon in Libra to full moon next in Taurus. Please, what is the angel that they need to work with, to call upon, to help them heal, right? With this 7 of Cups on the inner, they have the strength, it feels like, on the outer, with this delightful situation, demystifying the darkness through romance. What is the perfect angel that they may call upon to help them heal, wax, grow, evolve this new moon to full moon next October 2020? Serenity, serenity now. Serenity now! Okay, so this is a beautiful thing. Now, a couple of things. Remember I said that the 7 of Cups has been interpreted as being the card of addiction as well. Well, what's the difference between an addiction and a preference? A preference, if you don't get it, you're not thrilled, you're disappointed, but you're not, like, visibly upset, right? or even quaking within yourself. But if it's a preference that doesn't get met and it causes you emotional suffering, you're looking at the dark lawns of an addiction, right? So I would certainly say if there's some codependent things here, here's an opportunity to heal it, right? Because the card of serenity, I cannot separate the serenity prayer from the recovery process. I've never been in a 12-step process, but I studied them because I'm a Virgo and I'm an autodidact. And really, I could smoke a pack of cigarettes one week and then not touch them for another 3 months. So I've worked on my addictions in this life, kind of had to early on, right? So embracing the shadow here makes total sense with this, with that serenity. Here's my version, ready? Because you can make your own versions of prayers. Sorry, what are they going to do? Copyright the serenity prayer? Charge you 10 cents every time you use it? God, Goddess, all that is, grant me the serenity to accept this crazy shit going on that I can't do nothing about. It's probably written in the script anyway. The courage to change the things I can, the heart, the thoughts and the emotions and the prayer and the meditation like that I can do something about, the courage to do that, and the wisdom to know the difference, right? That there are certain things that are scripted, that are written into these lifetimes, these patterns that I have that have been passed down generationally from ancestors forward into the present moment, right? Particularly around romance. This is, call upon the angel of serenity. They'll make it easier for you, simpler for you, maybe not easier for you. They are not the same thing, simple and easy. But certainly, with a reading like this is an opportunity for some real experiences of delight as well as embracing the shadow. So to put it together, the goddesses say you got 7 of Cups on the inner, like jealousy, emotional attachment, but maybe again I'm thinking for a good chunk here of people it's just like, but I don't know. It's not that I don't know what I want. I don't know how I feel. I feel like almost like too much, right? Like maybe it's overwhelmed because even if that is jealousy and envy there, that's not a well-rested nervous system, right? But with this card, the gods are saying courage, strength. You have the emotional fortitude to at least keep this as Virgos behind castle walls and do the healing there, because it's probably the result of someone or something delightful happening. And I feel like it is connected to this strength card here. Darkness is going to come up, but you can demystify that darkness instead of thinking of just like waning something during the waxing moon, to kind of think of it as I'm going to build my love for myself in this. And because my shadow shows me where my love needs to be sent. So I'm going to send my love there, right? And this is about a romance. So even if it's sending to another person, sending love in that way, but let your cup fill and give of the overflow. And to call upon the angel of serenity there, that's pretty amazing, right? That this can be a more serene process for you if you can get what's yours and what's not. Because even as empaths, we are going to be picking up on other people's confusion and emotion and jealousy and all that, and the side of soggy fries, and not know it's ours, but it doesn't matter. You feel it to heal it. So call upon these angels to help you do this. Yeah, so let me give you the prayer. May the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs receive all that they need this new moon in Libra to full moon next in Taurus, that we may deal with this 7 of Cups with great strength and fortitude and courage, with something delightful in all of this, while we demystify the darkness, sending the light where the shadow indicates it needs to go, as we deal with the romantic energies in our lives in a serene way, helping all heal, healing our hearts, right? Blessing our hearts and all hearts with healing, harmony, balance, and fortitude for the well-being of all, as Virgos, as part of the holographic pattern of unity consciousness. May we all heal for the well-being of all. So mote it be. And so it is. Oh my God, Virgo, this seems intense, but I have a feeling there might be some stuff touching going on for some of you here, so play it as it comes. Until then, cross your legs. Please, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment below. Truly my honor always to serve you all. And wishing you, of course, the very best and the very blessed of this new moon to full moon next October 2020. For now, my darlings, Virgo power, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.